Please pause and read the medical disclaimer before watching the video. Hey Narwhals, and welcome back to some more weight loss stories. Only a small percentage of our viewers actually subscribe. It's free and you can always change your mind later, so please tap subscribe to join the original 100k Narwhals. One weird weight loss tip I have. Okay, so to preface this, I have an insane sugar addiction / craving, and this kicks in always right after dinner. And I used to do the whole, I've been so good, I'll just treat myself spiel. Here's my one weird hack that has helped me combat this. I bought the mintiest toothpaste I could find, and I brushed my teeth right after, and then used the mintiest mouthwash I could find. After this, when I would go to eat my sweets, I was stopped by the gross minty combination of chocolate and mint. Sorry to all the mint chocolate lovers, or whatever I was going to eat. Eventually, I started buying gum and chewing that after dinner as another line of defense. I know this is very weird and might not work for everyone, but I've noticed a difference in my weight and my eating habits. Also, as a plus side, your teeth will get better too. Important edit: from other people's commenting, you must wait at least half an hour after eating to brush your teeth. You can use mouthwash right away though. I read somewhere that a chemical in toothpaste makes it where you can't taste sweet, which is why orange juice is death after brushing your teeth. You can't taste the sugar. You may be onto something. Try peppermint tea right after dinner. It is great for digestion and also fills you up that little bit more. It's been known to stop hunger pangs and really settles the stomach. Don't know if it'll do the trick of stopping sugar cravings, but it certainly helps me and also has that minty flavor. Someone else commented that brushing immediately after might erode enamel, which is why I try to stick to the peppermint tea after dinner or when I get cravings. Prepare your meals like they're for someone that you love. In Western culture, we often associate harshness with better results and discipline, but I want to tell you when it comes to weight loss, you will get so much farther by loving yourself rather than shame or hate. Consider this: if you had to feed a person you hated every day or a person you loved on the condition that the meals be healthy, what would be the difference in what they ate? To which of the two would you give your effort and time, your care and thoughtfulness? Which of the two would enjoy their meals more? I'm willing to bet that every last person would invest more time and care in cooking for someone they love over someone they hate. And on top of that the loved person would have more delicious meals they would look forward to and enjoy rather than just tolerate or consume. Don't eat sad food and don't starve yourself. Neither is sustainable because they are lousy ways to live. And take the time and care on your meals that you would take if you wanted to see someone you love beam at you. Lavish your attention. You are worth it. Agreed, and I love your last paragraph. I've been staying with my parents and cooking different healthy recipes from low-carb sources. My mom remarked one night that she doesn't feel like she's eating diet food. I use recipes that have a lot of flavor, and it's so helpful in looking at eating this way long-term. Flavor and variety are my secret weapon against sad food. And don't rely on food for happiness. The 5 seconds of happiness you get from unhealthy food isn't worth the weight gain if your goal is losing weight. When you stop eating crap food, you won't crave it. Coming from a guy who ate fast food 7 days a week during quarantine, haven't touched junk food in weeks. Also, when you're eating less and healthy, don't think of it as temporary or just a diet plan. It's your new lifestyle. Never go back. That's it. That's why go for a diet you can accept as your new lifestyle. I bought a cheesecake on impulse and then told myself it could wait in the freezer until I hit my halfway mark to my goal weight. Well, I hit it yesterday, and honestly, the cheesecake I've been so excited for was completely underwhelming. The discipline takes time, but once you have it, you will no longer be dictated by your cravings. If you enjoy something, you will be able to have a reasonable portion and enjoy it. If you don't, you'll be able to throw it away without guilt or some strange compulsory need to eat it anyways. I'm a really bad snacker. Whenever I sit down to watch TV, I immediately want to snack. 2 things I've figured out. 1, when I'm busy, I don't give a crap about eating. I can wait until dinner to eat a lot of times, and I need to do stuff to reduce my caloric intake. The more I sit around watching TV, the more I snack. 2, eat fruit when I do snack. It's delicious, and no one gets fat from eating fruit, lol. For days I work, I really need to wait to eat. If I start eating breakfast, I have a real hard time hitting caloric goals. If I can hold off for 4 hours or even wait until noon to eat, I can go home with the whole wiggle room and eat what I want without obsessing about calories and try to restrict myself. It's all about mental gymnastics, lol. After losing a ton of weight and getting into a good fit shape, I realized how much I dislike how people are in this world. We avoid those who are unhealthy, who probably need the love and support most, but give it to those who are healthy and in shape. Honestly, I don't get why we are like this. I've been getting a lot more attention lately since I changed my wardrobe, work out every moment I can, and changed my hygiene routine. I did it because I wanted to give myself the love I've neglected to give myself for most of my adult life. Since the pandemic has been going on, I've been completely locked away from everyone since March, and since I deleted my social media accounts, no one has seen my progress. And now that people have seen me, it's like everyone thinks now it's time to come out and talk to me after avoiding me for years. I'll be honest, I'm more saddened by it than anything else. Why can't we be there more for people who are not looking healthy? Come up to someone who looks frigging awful and give them a smile and treat them like they are human and not a friggin' kid. Maybe someone can help shed light on why it's like this. People can be terrible, but everyone is going through their own crap. Sometimes there's no energy left to deal with other people's issues or negative ambience. That's not to say you are a burden, but we often attract what we put out. Also, good for you for making some changes. People do want to be around that because maybe your motivation will rub off on them. It's been interesting from my perspective the people who have noticed and responded to my weight loss. Some have just said, "You look really well," whereas others have quizzed me in detail about what I did/do. I do agree people can be incredibly shallow, but to be honest, I feel lucky in that it seems like the people who loved me then still love me now. There's not been a huge change. For that, I am forever grateful. I am also not on social media much, which makes a huge difference. And this, for me, is one of the few arguments where I can actually see both sides. On the other hand, yeah, being unhealthy, whether it's mentally, physically, or both, is an isolating experience, and the way people can treat you is crap. When we are at our lowest is when we need support the most, and not having it can be really difficult. I've been there too, and made the change. I've lost a hefty amount of weight, I started making a change in my wardrobe. I'm a much more active person in general, except the pandemic sort of ruining that, but and I can definitely tell the change in others' behavior as well. However, I understand the other side too, and here's where the question of perception comes in. Am I being treated better now because I'm thinner? No, not really. I've actually asked a few people about this, and trust them to be honest with me. When I was at my worst, I was an exhausting person to be around. I would not accept help, seeing it as patronizing or worse. I was so deeply insecure that I was incapable of being vulnerable. I still am to an extent, but much better. I think other comments already explain this really well as well, but in general, it wasn't because I was obese or because of the clothes I wore. It was because I was so lost in my own misery that even if people tried, they couldn't pull me out. And at some point, they had to take care of themselves as well. As for the behavior of strangers, I never really bothered about them and still don't, so here I won't have things to add. I think I get more looks now, but still been able to test out going out, etc. due to the pandemic. Still, strangers owe me nothing, and I owe them nothing. If I would be approached more now, I would attribute it to looking better, yes, because that makes me feel confident, more myself, and more like someone you might want to know. Oftentimes, people gain weight due to unhappy life circumstances and depression. I, for one, gained nearly 50 pounds in a very unhappy relationship. When I ended it, losing weight and becoming happier went hand in hand. I think it's completely natural that I started to make more friends and have better interactions with people at that time because I was happier and more confident. To give another example, I have a friend who has been very overweight as long as I've known her. However, she is incredibly happy and a vivacious person. She has a ton of friends, great relationships with her coworkers, and gets more romantic attention from the opposite sex than anyone I know. Her weight has never stopped her from being happy. Although I agree with you, there's more to it, and not all of it has to be negative. You can see it also as you've taken to doing positive things for yourself, showing yourself some badly needed attention. Conversely, others may have the opinion that if you don't like yourself, they may not want to be around the negativity that comes with all that. Others may be attracted to the positive nature of the things that you now do. It's not because you're more attractive, but you've shown others that you take time for you and you've accomplished something. They may be attracted to what you've done and are doing versus how you look, i.e., they are attracted to your progression, not necessarily your looks. They're just a nice side effect. And that brings us to the end, Nerdwalls. And please tap subscribe to join the original 100k Nerdwalls. And lastly, here's our featured Nerdwall of the day. A little update. My daughter sent me a Snapchat video from 3 years ago compared to now.